name is Brooke Freeman. I live in 18041 Robinsonville Road. I'm adjacent to this property that's in concern. I've lived there all my life. I've seen the changes. I've seen all the development. Most of the development that's here as a result of county council, not particularly pointing you as individuals. And in that process, you've created an issue that they're trying to put to a side. That is the crushing and the grinding of the concrete. And by eliminating that, as his attorney had alluded to toward the end, it's putting a lot more traffic on the road, back and forth and back and forth. At the conclusion of my comment, I would ask that you would amend this and allow the continuation of that operation. Now, as a neighbor, I can tell you there has never been an issue. Back when this first started and the operation got bigger and bigger, they were courteous enough to keep the road dust down. So I don't know who's complaining about that. Noise level. There was a short time when the demand was so great that they did work longer hours. Still, as I said, my entire life, over 70 years, I've either lived on one side of them, on Plantation, on Robinsonville Road, or on the other. So I hope I'm not out of line, first of all, to even come before you to ask for that amendment. But I do want to see that you take in consideration of the hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment that they've had to push off to a side. And then I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but there's thousands of yards of concrete there that does need to be ground. Where Atlantic Concrete would come and they would dump their concrete. I'm not going to tell them how to run their business, but I am asking that you don't restrict what has been evolved, if I may say that, as the point of where you have allowed all this growth. And they've met it or responded to it. Again, I say this in all respect to you. I do want to let you know I have not even spoken to Mr. Ritter or his niece. I've had no conversations whatsoever. It's just that I ride by there every day and it just started bothering me more and more. My question to county council is, when you allow these developments, people a lot of times will say, not in my backyard. Well, their backyard, of the people that I am assuming doing the complaining, that was the backyard. If they don't like the backyard, let them buy it. Just like when you allow things where the people will come and say no because it's going to change my view. Let these people come, let them buy the view. But particularly on this, that was an existing backyard. And why doesn't the buyers of that property know what was there and how it operated? And to what right do they have to shut his operation down? I'm going to go one step further. There's still farmland around. And if you, as county council, is not careful in the way you allow this, the development to continue, they will start trying to shut down farming. And unfortunately, because of the growth, they're putting roads through. Number one, I don't know if you caught my last name, Freeman. My brothers grew sweet corn. And the state literally came in and took the property at the end of the road just so they could do a roundabout. And it looks like in the future, they want to make a road that will go straight across and go through their property. So be careful in your rezoning of things, or not rezoning, but the additions, that you're not taking the property rights away from the existing people. With all respect, thank you. Is any comment that you'd like me to say further? They've been great people, and like I said, it goes way back. But back to the concrete part, that has evolved as a result of you allowing all of this construction. as I understand right now, Ace Hardware. They're having to haul all that concrete away because they can't take it right down the road. So by eliminating that, you will be responsible for letting a lot more traffic on the road.
Mr. President, can I ask a question while Mr. Freeman's up here?
Sure.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No, go ahead.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask for my own understanding and Mr. Freeman's understanding. Does the council have the ability to amend the application?
It was advertised with various specifics in the short title, and in that advertisement, it did not indicate concrete, so it would need to be re-advertised in new hearings in order to do that.
So in my opinion, unfortunately, we don't have the legal ability to amend the application at this time.
Would they be allowed to come back?
Absolutely. Anyone can reapply at any time and do that. It would be in new hearings.
But I heard everything you said.
Well, I hope I was clear, and like I said, I said this with respect.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You did.
And thank you very much for your comments.
Well spoken.
Yes. Is there anyone